and we're going to come to some kind of a resolution, or at least fulfill some of these promises that I've made. But until that time happens, until I have the resources, we're just going to kind of sit here in limbo, and I don't really know when God's going to spring us out of this. It looks like some of the elements are coming together right now. If you got the Cleveland Craigslist ad going, that's an important move forward.
Mm-hmm.
And I am communicating with several potential prospects. You can't really believe too much of what these guys say because they're kind of marginal. But it looks like there could be one or possibly two that's ready to do something like, come here to Cleveland with 5K. And that would instantly, the same day, start moving me out of this.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're on the right track. I'm looking for a client to manage money because we know for sure it's going to take at least 35, maybe 40 days from the time you get the client. It'll take months to get one. So we're not really wasting any time with that. We're really not focusing on training anyone because they're all too stupid and they can't appreciate the value of what I do.
Mm-hmm.
But we are focusing on something that has a real chance, because I've done it before in the past, this very same approach. Ad on Craigslist, talk to people on the phone, and they actually show up and put down money, and I always walk away out of the casino with money, at least toward the latter part I did.
Mm-hmm.
So we know this is a workable plan, and as long as the ads are being posted and we're getting a little bit better coverage right now, we've got New York, Chicago, Philadelphia, and Cleveland. I haven't checked my ads today. I'm trying to stay away from that sort of thing on Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
so I'll check them tomorrow. Right there, what I've just described, you've got the four major metropolises on the East Coast and Midwest. Those are the major areas. Detroit would be another one, but I just read on Yahoo that Detroit declared bankruptcy just this last week. Anyway,
Okay.
there's a lot of really desperate blacks in Detroit. That they call it Murder City.
Okay.
And the one prospect that I got from Detroit, actually I got two of them. The other guy was from the Middle East, and he was just completely nuts. But this black guy, I've told you about him before.
Mm-hmm.
He's just, you can't get the truth out of these guys. They'll tell you one thing and then do the exact opposite. So I'm not able to get him to commit to any promises that he's made, and so kind of letting him go. But he is from Detroit, and he did show up one time, and we made $1,600 in a couple hours. Anyhow, those ads. I'll come up with another one here tomorrow, probably.
Well, there are two Craigslist. There are two Craigslist accounts that all I can do is repost old posts. It's not allowing me to do anything else because otherwise it's asking me for the code. So two of those Craigslist accounts. That's all I can do. Just repost.
Two. Okay, are you talking about? Okay, Fast Track Record. That's in Cleveland now.
Yes.
Okay, and then we have Marie Ashley Buchanan, which is, I believe, Chicago.
Yeah.
Then we have Predestinated Last Name is probably New York.
Yeah.
And then Worldwide Observer is either New York or Chicago or Philadelphia, or Give Me, or somehow, whatever, $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he deals in large amounts of money. He's a real estate guy. He happens to not be doing too well because real estate's down, has been down for a few years.
Mm-hmm. Why? Why?
And he's supposed to be paying another $8,000 on the last trip to pick up the money, but he sort of didn't tell me the truth. But anyway, the point is this: is that he's not afraid of large amounts. And I said to him, and he goes, yeah, I'm gonna probably take 25,000 deposit in my brokerage account and have you manage it. And I said, okay, that's good. We're going to do well this time. And I told him all the things I'm going to do differently. Last time I did lose his money, but I told him all the stuff I'm going to do differently and so on. in a situation, but he's kind of heartless. He wouldn't help me if I couldn't make him some money. And if he gets that $100,000, then I will be getting several $1,000s, probably enough to get a place to live.
So,
definitely enough to get a place to live.
So
okay.
I want you to. God is my witness. I wasn't trying to beat you up.
Well, you just got to realize that I'm kind of sensitive about the money issue right now. I just want to take care of that problem on my own, and whatever help you can give me, that's great. And I want to make it right with you and pay you back everything. And I just want to make that right, get that situation taken care of.
It's just that you're dealing with somebody you're not used to deal with. I am the type of person I feel.
The call of God, you've helped me, and no one else has. So what's there to feel guilty about? I don't see that you've done anything to feel guilty about.
I know, but like I was explaining to you in the previous conversation, that's just the way it is. It is that, it's not. I'll give you another example so you will understand that I wasn't trying to bait you up. When Ashley died, I really felt super guilty. Because what I was telling myself, because I did everything I possibly could. God is my witness. I did everything I possibly could. I'm not telling you everything I did because it would take the whole evening just to tell you. But God is my witness, and what happened is I was telling to.
I'm complimenting you. I'm actually praising you. I'm saying, Lord Martine, if it weren't for you, I wouldn't be alive today. So, contrary to what you're thinking.
So that's my way.
I'm misinterpreting you. Mm-hmm. No, I see you as the savior here.
But
you're the one that's holding me up.
But I wasn't trying to beat you up. I want you to know that.
No, I say you're the one who's holding me up. I didn't say beat me up. You're the one that's holding me up. If it weren't for you, I could not sustain this. I would be dead. How in the world? Just tell me. How in the world can I get by day by day? I'm spending right around $400, maybe $500 a month. Where am I going to get that at? No place, nowhere, no one will help me. So look, God sends you to keep me going for the last several months. He sends this garage guy who owns this station. He's up to $1,000 now. Okay, so he did another repair. The brakes went out on the van. I don't know if I told you or not. Had to get it towed again. The garage monkeys screwed up, and I had to bring it back again, and a brake line broke right there in his shop, thank God. Because if it would have broke out in the road, I would have been in an accident. So there's all kinds of really weird things going on in my life right now. And he's looking at the account, and he's going, oh, it's really getting up there. Do you have any money to give me? I said, well, it's my food money. If you want that, I'll give it to you. But he's letting it slide. He's probably not going to do any more work until he gets paid. But he says right now I owe him at least $1,000, which I'll get to him when I get some money. But if it weren't for this guy, I could have never repaired. This is like the third time that it's broken down in the last month or so. And so Satan is really attacking me. He's got you positioned to help me. See how God's holding me up? If it weren't for you two, there's no way I can do this. The van would be broken down on the side of the road. I would be dead inside. There's no one to help me, Martine. No, trust me. I'm not living with anybody. There's nobody that cares about my life. As soon as they find out I'm homeless and poor, they run as fast as they can. Mm-hmm. They just run away. They just get away from me. They can't stand poverty. Mm-hmm. They think it's like a disease. They won't help you. They won't. And they'll spend a lot of time telling you how wonderful they are, and what Christians they are, how much they love Jesus. They're all liars, every single last one of them. That's why when I run across someone like you or this guy out in California who opens up their house to me after just a few emails, I say, wow, that's really exceptional, because that's not my normal experience. my normal experience is rejection. When I was in the health food store yesterday buying some store where they sell all these medicinal things, I normally don't go there. It's kind of like witchcraft. So I was talking to this lady, and I said, what do you have for spider bites? What do you have for open wounds? And she showed me all her medicines, and it was all BS. I said, let me look at the vitamin E lotion, because that's something that does heal wounds. Actually, it dissolves scar tissue is what it does. Anyway, I started to tell her what was going on with me, and she looked at my spider bites, which aren't as obvious now because I got a real deep tan on my legs, but actually a lot of that is just purple scars. You can't even tell. And she just was recoiled in horror. She goes, oh my gosh, what happened to you? And so I explained to her I live in a van and I'm poor. Now, when I said that, she just totally turned off. And it's like, oh my gosh, disease, I'm getting away from this guy. But all the way leading up into that, she was right in my face, and I was actually backing up because